Tiger Johnson versus Nicklaus Flaz is a fight I really like. You got two guys who are coming out here, and they're not young. Both of these guys are in their upper 20s, but neither one of them has 20 fights yet. So they're still early on in their career. One of them's coming from a heralded amateur background. The other one, not so much. One of them still undefeated, a prospect who really wants to enter the ranks of being a contender. The other one's got a couple losses, but has turned it around and pulled some upsets against some undefeated prospects himself. So when we go into this fight, both of these men have a tremendous amount on the line. On the one hand, Nicklaus Flaz. If this dude loses again, this is going to be his third loss. And although he's turned it around and has started to look good and really put some good performances together, to get a third loss when you're already not a big name guy, that's going to be it for him. He's just going to be well on his way to journeyman status. And for Tiger Johnson, this is really the time that he needs to make it happen. There's been people who've been talking about how good he is, talking about how much of a prospect he is and all the potential that he has. We've been seeing him put things together. This is the time when he needs to make that jump. This is going to be the best fighter that he's faced. And if he cannot go in here and get the win, or worse yet, if he goes out there and actually looks bad, there's going to be a lot of people that said, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that he was a guy who had a lot of promise, but he wasn't going to be able to jump to the next level. They were just waiting for him to get tested, and they're going to say, this was it. This is the opportunity. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm glad that we live in a time when it appears that people can take 1-2 losses and still come back and turn it around, because I think Tiger's got a lot of potential. As a matter of fact, even though the odds got this one basically a 50-50, he's only a slight favorite at -115. I've got him coming out with the victory in this one. But both of these men are talented. Both of these men can go out here and know how to fight. Now, for Nicklaus Flaz, if he's going to win this fight, he's going to have to rely on his aggression, his pressure, and his work rate. He gets this. He's not explosive. He's not explosive. He's not necessarily athletic. He is, but he's not some super athlete or anything like that. He doesn't go out there and appear to be punching very hard, moving very fast. Hands aren't super quick or anything, but he gets in this rhythm. He gets in this flow, and he knows how to move in and out well. He knows how to use his angles. He knows how to really use that work rate and put that pressure on guys. He knows how he's got every punch available to him. He knows how to keep his balance well, so he can always be in a position to throw the correct punch. He leads, he counters. High ring IQ, believe it or not, high ring IQ. There's a lot to like there. There's a reason that I was there. I watched him live when he pulled the upset against Jahai Tucker in Ohio. I want to say, where was that? Toledo, maybe? I can't remember exactly. It was a couple of years back in late 2023. But he's a good fighter, and he has gone out there and he has put performances together. Tiger Johnson, a little bit naturally smaller, I'll say, but he just recently moved up to 147. Flaz has fought as high as 154 a few times, particularly early in his career. Physically, their frames appear to be about the same, but Flaz has fought at higher weights, and he never fought as low as 140. But when we're talking about Tiger Johnson, he is the more explosive guy. He is the guy with the more natural athleticism. He's got the faster hands. I really like the way he looked once he moved up to 147. I think he never talked about it, but I think he was having some trouble making 140. He moves up to 147. He's starting to look a lot better. He filled out. I also think his skill set is still increasing, which is something that I really like. That fight he had against Castagnano 2 fights ago, he was putting some really good catch and counters together. I liked the shots that he was picking. I liked the fact that he was being very patient, kept his balance well. I liked how he was moving about the ring, sitting down on his shots a little bit more. He's not known as a puncher, but at the same time, we could see that he was putting some mustard on those shots. And that's what he's going to have to do in this fight with Flaz, because Flaz is going to apply the pressure. Flaz is going to come forward. He's going to have the work rate. Okay, if Tiger goes out there and just tries to beat him at his own game, tries to match the work rate, tries to outwork him, tries to do something along those lines, I don't think it's going to work well for him. That's not his game. What he needs to do is use that jab. He's got a good jab when he uses it. He needs to use the jab to disrupt Flaz's rhythm. When Flaz does get going, Tiger is going to need to punch with him. He's going to have to get in between some of those shots. If Flaz wants to shoot off 3 shots, that's all good. You don't necessarily have to match him. But if you get in between one of those shots, you've got the ability to get some good counters. Keep your defense tight, because Flaz is going to have a higher work rate, and he's going to try and punch with you and in between your shots. So make sure you pick your shots well, make them count, throw with power. If he does that, due to his natural athleticism, his explosiveness, he's got really good vision and accuracy. I think he's going to be able to come out with the victory on this one. But there is a real path for Flaz to come out with this one, and that's going to be through the pressure and through the work rate. Tiger, what if he gets backed up against the ropes and he kind of gets overwhelmed, kind of gets overrun? Is that a possibility? Absolutely. I don't think it's going to happen. Not only do I think Tiger's going to come out with the victory on this one. I think there's value in that line at -115. But I am really looking forward to it. These are the type of fights that young guys need to have happen. These are the type of fights that young guys need in their career to really make them. And the interesting thing about it is this, and I've said this in reference to a lot of guys in the past, particularly Floyd Mayweather, because so many people know his career. They can name all types of opponents, but he's got all kinds of guys in his past. Back when he was Pretty Boy, before he was ever Money Mayweather, he's got all kinds of guys that you've never heard of that were very talented, tough fighters that a young Floyd had to go through to get to the heights that he did. If Tiger Johnson continues to go on and be undefeated, if he goes on and wins world titles, and we end up talking about this guy later on as being somebody who was a very dominant fighter of his era, this is going to be one of those fights that nobody knows about, nobody talks about, nobody will remember Nicklaus Flaz, but this is going to be one of those fights that really propels him as a fighter. Not only does it show everybody else what he's capable of, it's going to step up his skill set because this is the best guy that he's faced, and it's going to really increase his self-confidence if he's able to go out there and get this victory, particularly if he looks good doing it. Particularly if he goes out and he's able to do it by utilizing things that he's really been working on in the gym and increasing his skill set. So I'm excited about this one. I think there's going to be a lot here, whichever man comes out with the victory, but I'm going with Tiger Johnson. So let me know what you guys think. Are you impressed by both of these fighters? And are you looking forward to this one? Let me know.